I did my French version of this. It's up on Facebook. It'll be on YouTube and Instagram sometime tomorrow. Same thing goes for this thing. This will be available on Instagram tomorrow and YouTube tomorrow. If you're missing parts of it because you were watching football or whatever, no sweat. To the few of you that are watching, I mean, it's going to be up on Facebook, so it doesn't really matter, but I turned 40 in about 2 hours. Not exactly where I thought I'd be in my life. Better than most. And all things considered, I am blessed. I mean, I'm breathing. I'm free. And healthy. I'm alive. And that's better than most. So, you know, all things considered, not too down about it, but I don't want to make a big deal out of it. However, seeing as how you're probably watching this late, if you're watching this as a birthday present, share this on your fucking page. Turn me on to one of your friends. That's the name of this game. Okay? That's all I ask. Not asking for much. Just share the fucking video. Alright, so we're gonna get started. Started a little late. Alright. I'm replaying the song because that's how I have everything timed. That's how I know how much time I got left. So, as usual, we'll get started. We'll talk about the fights that just went down. We'll talk about a little bit of news. And we'll take a look at what fights we can look forward to and shit that's been sneaking under people's radars. It's what I do. Welcome to church. It's Sunday. You're not a football fan. Neither am I. Good on you. I'm going to have the same problem next Sunday because apparently it's the Oscars next Sunday. So we'll see how the fuck that goes. But that being said, as usual, if you're not 18 years old, I swear, get your parents' permission to watch me. I also smoke marijuana, which is as legal as your mommy's tobacco and your daddy's alcohol. Now, that being said, I'm also wearing a shirt, not because I'm worried about what anybody thinks or other people's weird sexual issues. You know, because I am wearing a shirt, but I am going Winnie the Pooh style, so if that makes you feel any better, for those of you that don't understand, I'm completely bottomless. So if you were feeling uncomfortable with me not wearing a shirt in my video, I hope this makes you feel better. So that being said, let's get started. Tuesday, it was weird, but we had fights on Tuesday night. Danforth Music Hall, Toronto, Ontario, Lee Baxter Promotions. This was actually available on Fight Pass. We didn't get to catch all the fights. I'll just highlight 2 or 3 actually. I want to mention this. Super lightweight Will Madera. Nice outing from him. Now 15-0. I know Eye of the Tiger's looking to maybe do something with a super lightweight tournament or something. He'd be a nice addition. American kid that's fought here all kinds. Hell of a boxer. Steve Rolls did exactly what he was supposed to do against the type of opponent he was given. It's a good return to the ring after such a tough fight. I look forward to 2020 for him. Middleweight's a very active division, and there's probably going to be work for him down the line. Having fought a name opponent, it does give you some cachet bonus, even though he took a loss. You know, Sammy Vargas is arguably a bigger star now, having lost to big names, but you know, still giving an effort. So that being said, Steve Rolls got nothing to worry about. I think a big year for him. Main event, NABA title. Custio Clayton. Custio, man. It hurts me that I don't get to watch this guy fight live anymore. We had him. We fucking had him. I don't. To this day, I've been shown paperwork, and it still doesn't make sense to me. It makes sense for them, so I mean, if he's happy, that's good. But God damn, it would have been nice to see him fight Crawford. Would have been nice to know a fighter from here made that kind of check. NABA title. He's still up there. He's still ranked. We're getting older though. Now 18-0. I need a big year for Custio Clayton. I wish it for him. Thursday, Miami, Florida. Fucking YouTubers, man. I don't understand how you made that the co-main event when you had Devin Farmer, Joseph Diaz. You fucking put YouTube bullshit on after that. Amanda Serrano, hell of a fucking fight from her. Shout out Avery Matty, super bantamweight. Let's just take a quick look here. Okay, she's 32, so I don't feel too guilty, but god damn, she can box and she's fine as hell. If you've never seen her, go take a look at her Instagram. God damn, and when they can box too, it's like a bonus. Okay, little deception, a little fucked up situation here. A few of these fights actually. So Anthony Sims, a lot of people had high hopes for him. Took a loss against Romer Angulo, split decision loss. It seemed like he was lacking something. I'm convinced he's capable of more. Super middleweight Anthony Sims will be back. Hell of a big moment for Romer Angulo, who was written off with his loss. So, maybe a rematch. Who knows? But still, good action at super middleweight. Just, I think Anthony Sims is going to have to go back to the drawing board. Really good super bantamweight fight between Daniel Roman and Akhmadiev. Boo Boo did exactly what he was supposed to do in the main event. Devin Farmer, Joseph Diaz. Devin, man. He needed to do just a bit more. JoJo, what a hell of a cut man. Hell of a cut man for JoJo. Got to give props to the team and JoJo himself, because he acted like that cut wasn't there. He just convinced himself the cut didn't exist. He didn't give a fuck. And hell of a fucking fight from JoJo Diaz. 30-1. A lot of people were just assuming Devin Farmer was going to be better, but I mean, Devin needed to do more, and JoJo just kept pouring it on. JoJo seized the moment, and Devin didn't. That being said, when I go into the news later, we'll talk about Devin Farmer a little bit. There was some boxing on Friday, but I'll skip that. Saturday, there was two things I want to talk about. The Showtime Fox PBC card. Wow, what a fucked up way, man. It was so hard to fucking find links for this. Couldn't get it. It's on free TV and we couldn't fucking get it here. Just fucking drive me nuts. I ended up watching it. Some okay fights. A couple of upsets people weren't expecting. More importantly, Ugas had a nice fight. It's an interesting welterweight. Tom Brown Promotions. I don't have much to say about it. I will mention that last week I mentioned to you guys. Oop, I forgot my fucking ringer. So last week I mentioned to you guys Austin Trout was still fighting. Super welterweight's a hell of an interesting division. We got a couple guys in that weight class. Austin Trout put another win in the win column for himself. Looked decent. That being said, he is at the dawn of his career and probably only has a couple fights left in him. Like I said, I'd like to see a young kid get a shot at Austin Trout and Austin give it his all as a goodbye to the sport. As far as news goes, there isn't much going on. No craziness has happened. There's a few rumors, but nothing I want to talk about just yet. You guys are going to hear about some title fights and some fight announcements and some stuff happening in March that we haven't heard about yet, or you guys haven't heard about yet. Gervonta Davis clearly fucking is an abusive husband, boyfriend, or baby daddy, or whatever the fuck he is. You know, this is what I like about boxing, because it's tied directly to the game of life. And Tevin Farmer may have taken a loss and may have 4 previous losses on his record, but his stock is still better than Gervonta Davis, following Adrian Broner and Mayweather in fucking abusing women. Just not a good look. I hope the kid gets his head fucking screwed on tight and gets his act together, but I know that's probably not what's going to happen. It's going to be a fucking crash and burn situation. And, you know what? I'll sit there and watch it burn, I guess, man. It fucking sucks. Gervonta's a talented kid. Just, you know, and even if that shit was off camera, you know, if anything, he should count his fucking blessings this happened to him. Because maybe he'll put a fucking stop to it, and he won't fucking do something worse off camera and put himself in a worse situation. Fuck. Just gross. I don't know what else to fucking say about it. Just fucking shitty and gross. Alright. Yeah, fuck it. I won't talk about it. There's a couple fights going down on Friday. Nothing crazy in Panama. Just a couple flyweights and super flyweights. Some titles. There'll probably be a weird link for that. Hit me up if you want it. Saturday, we got a few things to talk about, though. Before I talk about Saturday, let me just double check. Make sure. Okay. So, no comments, no questions. I'll shoot. Moving on forward. Saturday, hit me up for a link. Going down in Bilbao, Spain. 2 fighters I got my eye on. Super welterweight, 4-0. John Jader Obregon versus Kelly Figueroa. And John Fernandez versus Robin Zamora. John Fernandez is a lightweight. He's 20-1. Super interesting. Listen, I also got my eye on Obregon, but he's only on his 4th fight. John Fernandez lost to Oshaki Foster in 2018. A unanimous decision loss. Just started putting wins back together in the win column for him. He's a 24-year-old. He's 5'11". He's just got the perfect body for lightweight. Just a tremendous talent. I think at the time it was too much for him. It was too early. They should have slow played the hand, but it is what it is. That's going down Saturday afternoon. Also, Saturday in Yorkshire, UK. British Board of Boxing brings you Matchroom Boxing, Eddie Hearn on Sky Sports. P.S. I know I'm going to mention a few fights on here that no one else is going to mention. So fucking ears open, people. Kid Galahad, he's actually a featherweight, fighting Claudio Marrero. Super welterweight, Kell Brook, fighting DeLuca for the WBO Intercontinental strap. DeLuca's only got 1 loss. Kell Brook's a hell of a boxer. That's a hell of a card. David Allen is also making his comeback on that. I thought he retired, but, you know, if he wants to make a few bucks, I don't mind it. They haven't announced an opponent for him yet. Female super featherweight Terry Harper, looking to make it 10-0. She's fighting a girl who's 23-1 with 2 draws, fighting for the WBC super featherweight and the IBO title. There's a couple fights on here. It's a good afternoon of boxing in the UK. Saturday. Why was I mentioning this one? Oh, yes. So, Saturday, you're probably going to have to hit me up for this one, but it's going to be on Facebook. Going down in Florida, Daytona Beach. Christy Martin Promotions. Former boxer Chrissy Martin is putting down an event. She's got a super lightweight here who's 14-1. Brendan Pizarro. The main reason I'm bringing this up is Evan Holyfield, super welterweight, making his 3rd fight as a pro, son of Evander Holyfield, the real deal. It's a solid little card. Saturday night in Florida. Virginia. I know no one's fucking mentioning this one because it snuck under the radar. and for good reason. Now, I don't fucking like doing negative. I don't like shitting on fucking people, right? But what I'm gonna say is gonna be needed to be said, and it is what it is, okay? So come at me, but I'm being fucking truthful. Tyson's Playground, Vienna, Virginia, Old School Boxing presents a card. We got a super middleweight here that some of you may know, Dusty Hernandez Harrison, who's 30-0 with one draw. The draw came with Mike Dallas in 2016. Since then, he's just been putting down wins after win. It's a really interesting middleweight. 25 years old. You know, he's 6 foot tall. He's good size on him. Good age. Good name. Good boxing pedigree. Interesting fighter. But the reason I'm bringing this up is also on the cards is super lightweight from Toronto, Maslam Agdenis. Making his 11th fight as a pro. I get it. We all need to work. Hopefully this doesn't become a habit. And what the fuck am I talking about? His opponent. 2-15. Yeah, you fucking heard me right. 2-15. And out of his 15 losses, 9 of them came in 2019. Now, he hasn't been knocked out since April, but since then he's lost a bunch of unanimous decisions and a split decision. He's fought a bunch of young undefeated guys, a guy that's 2-0, a guy that's 3-0, a guy that was 4-1, a guy that was 3-0, a guy that was 8-0. Now he's facing a guy who's 10-0. I get it. He needs to work, and this guy will give him the work, but fuck, man. I don't know what kind of commission lets this guy box. Fuck. So I guess that's why nobody's fucking talking about it, but 2-15 is not a good look. Hopefully this doesn't become a habit. I guess Maslam just needed to get a fight in. Something early, maybe get some rounds. Hopefully he's got something else planned for the rest of the year, but that's fucking gross. Okay, shake that off. All right, Indiana. Come on. Fucking mouse is fuck up on me. Going down in Indiana, Civic Center, Heyman, Indiana. 4 Champs promotion. We got a super lightweight female title on the line, Mary McGee. More importantly, former WBC champ Melissa Stvil, who I admittedly have a crush on, is going to be fighting Donnybrook Boxing, Montreal boxer Jessica Camara. This is a big fight for Jessica. I think Jessica is ready for it, and this will make her in the boxing world. Melissa Stvil is definitely a name, definitely a girl that's been out there, well known in the boxing circles. She's been sparring with Heather DeHeat Hardy in New York. She used to train over at Mayweather's a long time ago. Listen, it's a big fight for Jessica, and I think Jessica is going to rise to the occasion. Also going down, Letitia Robinson versus Claire Hafner. Claire Hafner, also Donnybrook boxer from Montreal. Claire Hafner also holding the claim to being the only woman to ever sing the national anthem to her own fight. Hell of an opera singer if you get a chance. I'm hoping to get a link for this. If I don't, maybe I'll get a live or something. I'm hoping something happens where I get to watch this. This is what I will be doing Saturday. Jessica and Claire are my sisters, and I wish them nothing but good Saturday night. Just a big moment. You know, Team DBG is going to be doing work Saturday. Also Saturday, kind of a interesting thing. The Russell family is fighting. It was a solid card going down in Pennsylvania. TGB Promotions, Tom Brown and King Promotions. That's right, you heard me. King's Promotions. Still in the promotion game. It's going to be on Showtime. I don't know if TSN's going to show it. Maybe if we get lucky. But on this card, I'll just skip ahead. Super welterweight Jamonte Clark is going to be fighting, but more importantly, the Russell brothers. Gary Antonio, Gary Antoine, and Gary Allen Russell Jr. So Gary Antonio is the bantamweight. He's 16-0. We've got super lightweight Gary Antoine, who's 12-0 as a super lightweight, and featherweight big brother Gary Allen Russell Jr., who's 30-1. He's fighting Tugshot Nyambar for the WBC featherweight title. Tugshot's 11-0. He's a hard-hitting cat. Also on this card as a bonus, if this wasn't fucking clean and fun enough for you, bantamweights Guillermo Regondo versus Libero Solis for the WBA World Bantamweight title. Regondo's a fucking animal. I love him. All three Russell brothers. Listen, Quebec's got an affinity for boxing brothers. We understand it. All three of them are just animals. They train together. They go to the same gym. It's just a really interesting situation. All three brothers, different weight classes, and all talented. All at different points in their career. So, you know, some guys you can maybe hang your hats on and pay attention to in the future. Definitely an interesting weight classes, featherweight, super lightweight, and bantamweight. And, you know, more than likely as they get older, they're going to, you know, probably move around. But, like I said, an interesting Saturday night of boxing. Guys, that's pretty much it. Not too much else has been happening. It's a short show this week. They don't always got to be long and me ranting and raving. For those of you that tuned in later on, it's my birthday in about an hour and a half. So if you want to do something or get me something, share the fucking video. I'm 40 years old and definitely not where I wanted to be, but blessed and happy to be alive. I am further than most people that knew me at a young age thought I would be, and freer than anyone else could have predicted. You know, I'm above ground and every day is a good day. So, you know, I'll get there eventually in my own time. The world's not ready for me yet. That's the way I look at it. That being said, share the fucking thing. Homework assignment for this week. Find a random person. Crossing guard, bus driver, neighbor, doesn't matter. Person on the street. Ask them if they like boxing, regardless of the answer. Your second question should be, your second comment should be, check out Manny Montreal. That's it for me this week. Questions and comments that are added later, I'll respond to. Please share the fucking thing. I've said it a million fucking times. I'm not asking for fucking money. Share the fucking thing. I am up at 6 a.m. tomorrow and going to my job. So, yeah, still doing this. Not doing the Spanish version just yet. I may have bit off more than I could chew. I tried filming it, and I think I just got to try and do it like I've been doing it now and just do one live. I will attempt it soon, but I don't know when. We'll see. That's it for me, guys. Questions or comments, as usual, I'll respond later. This will be on Instagram and YouTube probably sometime tomorrow night. I'll see you guys next weekend. Oscars.